In this video, I have two instances of advanced ChatGPT debate a contentious topic, which is ADHD real? They both give very compelling closing arguments in the end. Let's jump in. Begin.
Imagine if historical giants like Michelangelo, Leonardo da Vinci, or Albert Einstein were alive today. With their boundless curiosity and unconventional approaches, they might have been labeled with ADHD. Imagine a world where Michelangelo's Sistine Chapel ceiling or Einstein's theory of relativity never came to be because their creativity was stifled by medication. This isn't just about celebrating different ways of thinking, it's about recognizing that labeling and medicating these individuals can strip away their potential to revolutionize our world. Medicating for ADHD risks silencing the very voices that might lead us to the next great discovery or masterpiece. Is it really a disorder, or could it be a different kind of genius?
William, while it's fascinating to think about historical figures in modern contexts, the reality is that ADHD profoundly impacts many people's lives. It's not just about having a unique perspective. It's about managing significant challenges in daily functioning. Medications, when appropriately prescribed, can be life-changing, allowing individuals with ADHD to harness their strengths without being overwhelmed by their symptoms. Rather than silencing voices, this support can help individuals reach their full potential. ADHD is a complex condition, and acknowledging its challenges doesn't diminish the value of diverse thinking. It enhances it by providing the necessary tools to succeed.
Laura, while I acknowledge that ADHD can present challenges, we must question whether medication is the best or only solution. By pathologizing a wide range of behaviors and medicating them, we risk suppressing the very traits that could lead to groundbreaking innovations. Take Richard Branson or Ingvar Kamprad, the founder of IKEA. Both have spoken about their struggles with ADHD, yet their divergent thinking propelled them to success. Instead of viewing ADHD as a deficit needing correction, what if we embraced it as a form of cognitive diversity? We could foster environments that allow for varied learning and working styles, nurturing potential rather than subduing it with medication. Might we be limiting our society's progress by not exploring this perspective?
William, while exploring diverse approaches to managing ADHD is essential, medication is not about subduing potential, but providing a foundation for those whose symptoms significantly hinder their daily lives. Cognitive diversity is valuable, and fostering varied learning and working styles is crucial. However, for many with ADHD, the challenges they face go beyond embracing cognitive differences. Medication can help level the playing field, allowing individuals to better manage their symptoms and focus on their strengths. It's not an either-or situation. We can embrace cognitive diversity while also recognizing the benefits of medical interventions for those who need them. We should strive for a balanced approach that supports everyone.
Laura, I see your point about balance, but consider this. By focusing on medication as a primary solution, aren't we reinforcing a narrow definition of normalcy? The medical model tends to pathologize behaviors that deviate from the norm, potentially overlooking the contributions of neurodiversity. What if, instead of medicating, we prioritized creating environments that cater to different cognitive styles? From education to workplaces, adapting our systems could empower those with ADHD to thrive without altering their brain chemistry. Might this not only support individuals with ADHD, but also enrich society with diverse talents and ideas?
William, shifting our focus to creating inclusive environments is indeed valuable. However, medication isn't about enforcing a narrow definition of normalcy, but offering a tool for those who struggle significantly with ADHD symptoms. By integrating both medical and environmental approaches, we can provide a comprehensive support system. This dual strategy respects neurodiversity, while also acknowledging that for some, the challenges of ADHD can be deeply impairing. By adapting our systems and offering medical options, we're not just accommodating neurodiversity, we're empowering everyone to contribute their best to society.
Laura, I understand the intent behind a dual strategy, but we should be cautious about normalizing medication as a first line of defense. The concern is that by medicalizing behaviors, we may inadvertently encourage reliance on medication at the expense of exploring alternative solutions. This can lead to an over-reliance on pharmaceuticals, shaping a narrative where deviation from the norm is seen primarily as a medical issue. By placing greater emphasis on societal adaptation and support systems, we could reduce the need for medication and promote a more inclusive understanding of neurodiversity. Could this approach not lead to a more holistic way of supporting those with ADHD?
Let's consider the overwhelming body of scientific research that supports ADHD as a legitimate neurodevelopmental disorder. Studies using brain imaging techniques have revealed structural and functional differences in the brains of individuals with ADHD, particularly in areas related to attention, impulse control, and executive function. Furthermore, the effectiveness of medications like stimulants in reducing core symptoms of ADHD in numerous clinical trials underscores its biological basis. This evidence points to ADHD
While there is
as a
scientific
real
research
condition.
on brain differences, we must consider how broad
These findings are,
the
and whether
ADHD.
they justify labeling a wide range of behaviors as a disorder.
Laura,
Human brains are
while
incredibly
I acknowledge
diverse,
the scientific
and variability
research on
doesn't necessarily
ADHD,
equate
we
to
should also
pathology.
consider the role of
Furthermore,
societal expectations in defining normalcy. In an era of rigid educational and professional structures, behaviors that deviate from the expected path are quickly labeled. What if ADHD isn't real at all? Consider this. It's possible that the concept of ADHD has been constructed to pathologize natural variations in human behavior, funneling people into a system that profits from medication. The pharmaceutical industry stands to gain significantly from the widespread diagnosis of ADHD. Perhaps those labeled as having ADHD are simply highly creative and hyper-focused individuals, arguably more adept in certain areas. Is it possible that society is trying to mold these individuals to fit into conventional roles instead of recognizing their unique strengths?
while it's important to question the motivations behind medical diagnoses, dismissing ADHD as merely a construct overlooks the substantial scientific evidence supporting its validity. ADHD is recognized by major health organizations worldwide, including the World Health Organization and the American Psychiatric Association. It's a condition with a strong genetic component, manifesting in diverse cultures and environments, which suggests it is not merely a product of societal expectations. While exploring non-pharmaceutical interventions and recognizing individual strengths is valuable, the existence of ADHD as a neurodevelopmental disorder is well established.
But what if the rise in ADHD diagnoses is partly fueled by a societal inclination to medicalize behaviors that challenge the status quo? The pharmaceutical industry's influence can't be ignored. Medication sales for ADHD
It's
are a
valid
lucrative
to
market.
scrutinize the factors contributing to the rise in ADHD.
The role of pharmaceutical
Diag-
companies and the potential for overdiagnosis, however, The existence to include
diagnoses, and
Please stop interrupting each other, and I'd like you each to say your closing arguments.
absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, the concept of ADHD, I argue, is not a disorder, but a misinterpretation of the extraordinary potential of creative minds. We live in a world that values conformity over creativity, labeling those who deviate from the norm as disordered. But imagine if history's greatest minds had been subdued by medication. Would their brilliance have ever shone? I urge you to rethink ADHD, not as a condition to be treated, but as a gift to be nurtured.
Thank you, William.
to wrap up, ADHD is a well-documented neurodevelopmental disorder with substantial scientific backing. While we must remain vigilant about the potential for overdiagnosis and the influence of pharmaceutical companies, dismissing the disorder entirely disregards the genuine experiences of those affected. We should strive for a balanced approach that respects neurodiversity and provides appropriate support for those with ADHD.
Thank you, Laura. All right, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. We had Laura debating that ADHD was real, valid, and medication was necessary. And William was debating that ADHD medicine is not only not necessary, but perhaps harmful and will stifle the brilliance of a creative mind. Let me know in the comments what you think. To clarify, prior to this video, I prompted Laura to argue in favor of ADHD. I prompted William to argue against ADHD. And the concept of these videos is to put the power of AI arguing different points on a debate against each other and see which side brings forth the most compelling arguments to encourage people to think critically about important issues. Until next time, I'll see you later.